So you're ready to dig into the 1857 War of Independence, huh? Merit, May 10th, the sepoys, those rifle cartridges. It's a pretty dramatic place to start, right?
Oh, yeah. Definitely a moment that captures the imagination.
But to really understand what happened, I think we got to go deeper. Wouldn't you say? Like, way back.
Absolutely, you got it. Those cartridges, that was just the spark, the thing that set it all off. But, that fire had been building for years, decades even.
Cool. Yeah, that makes sense.
Yeah.
You've talked about four main things that caused this whole rebellion. Political stuff, economics, social and religious tensions, and then what was going on in the military. Where should we begin?
Well, maybe we can start with the politics of it all.
Sounds good to me.
Okay, so picture this. The British, they're expanding like crazy, right? Taking more and more territory, using this thing called the Doctrine of Lapse.
The doctrine of lapse.
Yeah, basically it said if a ruler died without a male heir, their land would just become part of British India. No questions asked. Exactly. And this is a big one. In 1856, they used this doctrine to take over a super wealthy and powerful kingdom called Awadh.
Oh, man, I bet that didn't go over well.
Nope, not at all. It
Yep.
caused a ton of resentment and anger, made a lot of Indians feel like they were being pushed around.
Yeah, I can imagine. Like, if you're just living your life and suddenly your ruler's gone, your land belongs to the British, your whole future feels totally up in the air, that's got to create some serious tension.
You're getting it. And this political mess gets even worse when you look at what was happening with the economy.
Okay, so we've got land grabs, angry people, and now a messed up economy, too. What were the British doing?
Well, they were putting these heavy taxes on everyone. Plus, their trade policies were totally rigged to favor British goods.
So basically, they're taking money from Indians while making it harder for them to make any money in the first place.
Exactly. It was crippling, destroyed tons of traditional industries, and pushed people into poverty.
That's just adding fuel to the fire, isn't it?
Yeah, and on top of all that, there were these social and religious tensions brewing.
Right, right. You mentioned that earlier. What was going on there?
So the British, they started introducing all these social reforms.
Yeah.
But a lot of Indians saw these changes as attacks on their traditions and beliefs. And then there was this growing fear of being forced to convert to Christianity. It was all really unsettling, made people from all different communities feel like they were under threat.
So we've got the political stuff, the bad economy, religious fears. People are angry. They're feeling pushed around. It really does sound like everything was set for a major explosion.
It was, yeah.
Yeah.
And that final straw, the thing that finally pushed things over the edge, that was the discontent in the British Indian Army.
The sepoys, right?
Yep, the Indian soldiers. They were facing just blatant discrimination. Lower pay, fewer chances for promotion, just treated way worse than British soldiers in general. And then you throw the greased cartridge controversy on top of all that.
Right, because that wasn't just about the military. It was about religion, too.
Exactly. Those cartridges, they were rumored to be greased with animal fat, which is a huge problem for both Hindus and Muslims. A direct insult to their religious beliefs. It was the catalyst, the final breaking point that turned years of simmering discontent into a full-blown rebellion.
And then, bam, Meerut happens. The rebellion spreads like wildfire across North and Central India. And all of a sudden, you've got these incredible leaders like Nana Sahib, Rani Lakshmibai, Begum Hazrat Mahal. What was it about them that made them connect with people so strongly?
Well, they represented something powerful. They were courageous, defiant, and totally devoted to their country. They inspired people, showed them that they weren't alone in this fight against the British. Rani Lakshmibai, wow, she became a legend. The way she defended Jhansi, her courage, it's still remembered today.
It's an amazing image, a queen fighting for her people, her kingdom.
Right.
But in the end, even with all that bravery, the rebellion was defeated.
Sadly, yeah. The British had superior weapons, and they were brutal in their response. They destroyed entire cities, killed countless people. And another huge loss, they officially ended the Mughal dynasty, which had been a symbol of India's history and power for centuries.
It's a tragic ending to the rebellion itself, but, I've also heard it was a turning point in a lot of ways.
Oh, it absolutely was. The 1857 War of Independence had a huge impact on the future of India. First of all, the British Crown took direct control, which was the end of the East India Company. But honestly, even more important than that was the spirit of nationalism that emerged from this whole struggle.
You mean like a sense of unity?
Yeah, exactly. People had fought together, sacrificed together. They had these shared stories of heroism. It all planted the seeds for the independence movement, the movement that would eventually lead to India's freedom in 1947.
Wow. So when we step back and look at the big picture, it's clear that 1857 wasn't just some failed uprising. It was the beginning of something much bigger, a catalyst for real, lasting change. It makes you think, doesn't it? How do the echoes of this event still resonate in India today? What parts of modern Indian society or even its politics can be traced back to this struggle? It's something worth thinking about, for sure.